The racist courthouse security guard tried throwing me out, not knowing I was the new sitting judge. Our courthouse had seen exactly 0 black female judges in its 90-year history. As a young black woman with braids, I triggered random searches at every courthouse and looked like I was a defendant and not a judge. They waved white attorneys through while making me recite my bar number like an inmate. So when the courthouse security intercepted me as I approached the entrance, and I knew there was going to be an issue that day, he crossed his thick arms over his chest and widened his stance until his body blocked the entire doorway. When I opened my mouth to explain that I worked there, he pressed his palm toward my face like he was stopping traffic and shook his head. "Your public defender is in the basement, not up here." I shifted my weight to go left, but his body mirrored mine instantly. I tried stepping right instead, but his shoulder dipped to block me again. My fingernails dug crescents into my palms. After blocking me completely, I tried once more to explain my situation calmly. "I'm Judge Harper," I said firmly. "I'm being sworn in today. Your kind can barely read, let alone understand law books." He spoke to me in broken English, adding hand gestures for every word. "You go downstairs." He held up 4 fingers and counted them out loud, then pointed down repeatedly. When I didn't move, he sighed and rubbed his temples like I was giving him a headache. He actually turned his back on me while shaking his head. The muscles in my jaw locked so tight I tasted blood. My hand went to my bag strap to pull out my ID and prove I wasn't some crazy person. He snatched it off my shoulder so hard the leather burned across my neck. He slammed it upside down on the security desk. Everything crashed out. My wallet burst open on the floor. Pills scattered. Tampons rolled everywhere. Probably stole this bag anyway. He made me watch while he shoved my parking validation deep in his pocket. Then he held my bar association card up to the light and laughed. He bent it back and forth until it cracked, then kept folding until it shattered. He threw the pieces at my face. My stomach churned as heat flooded up my neck. I dropped to my knees to gather my scattered belongings, but he stepped over them, planting his boots on either side of my wallet. When I reached for my keys, he shifted to block them. "See, this is why black women get in trouble. Always got that attitude." He started rolling his neck and snapping his fingers in my face, swaying his hips in some grotesque imitation. Then he backed up with his hands raised like I was about to attack him. He ordered me to stay down on my knees where I belonged. He yelled to the crowded lobby that everyone should keep their distance. My whole body went rigid and my vision blurred with rage. I pushed myself up from my knees and turned toward the exit since reasoning with him was pointless. His thick hands locked around my upper arms from behind, fingers digging into muscle. My feet left the ground. The lobby ceiling passed overhead as he carried me like a bag of garbage. Another black bitch who needs to learn her place. He launched me through the doors. My knees hit concrete on the 3rd step, skin tore. I bounced down the rest, shoulders and hips slamming each edge. Gravel bit into my palms as I skidded to a stop. He descended slowly, plucked the scattered 20s from my wallet, and tucked them into his shirt pocket before strolling back inside. The glass doors burst open and Chief Judge Booker rushed out. His face went white when he saw me bleeding on the courthouse steps. "Dear God, Judge Harper." He knelt beside me, saw my torn palms. "What happened?" The guard froze in the doorway. All that swagger evaporated. The chief judge helped me up and turned on him with fury. "You just assaulted a sitting judge of this court. Don't move a muscle." The guard's face went from confused to terrified as it sank in. His mouth opened, but nothing came out. The guard started backing toward the door, but security blocked him. His hands shook as he stammered about not knowing who I was. When the chief called state police, the guard actually fell to his knees. "Please, I have kids. I didn't know she was a judge." The same knees he'd thrown me onto. The chief stayed with me while the nurse photographed my injuries. When they cuffed him, 20s from my wallet fell out of his pocket. "Theft on top of assault," the chief said. At my swearing in an hour later, I took the oath with bandaged hands. The guard's empty post was already filled by someone new.